You guys, it is Tuesday. This is the very next day after bringing this bike home. Long day yesterday. Got home super late for me. Went to bed at like 2 o'clock. It's all good. But we got a bike. A different bike. Still have Lucy. Lucy's over there. I'm gonna try to not get as much of this one until we get to a spot where we can take a step back and kind of go over what we got, go over the plans, any ideas I got flying around. But really excited about this. I'm gonna try to aim the camera up, but we'll get some of the riding, and yeah, we'll when we get to a spot, we'll pull over and get a good look at it. Let's go. Seems about as good a spot as any. Off. So this is the new bike. It is a 1972 shovel. It's got a lot of really cool parts on it. Pretty bobbery right now, but I can deal until I make some changes. The plan is definitely to gonna get rid of some parts right away, some very bobbery parts. It's got some like some really cool things. Let's start from the front. So it's not an HD Springer, but this Springer is really cool looking, a lot better looking than the one on Lucy, the 81. This is the kind of Springer that I wanted to get if I couldn't come across a Harley Davidson one. This headlight's gotta go. I don't care for that at all. Don't really like the, I don't know, the black and the yellow lens. It's just not for me. So that's for sure gonna change. It's got a 19 on it. He actually gave me, the guy I got it from gave me a 21. So a 21 is gonna raise it up a little bit, which I think is gonna help the stance. I kind of like, I mean, the 19 is kind of cool just because it's not, you know, most people do 21. 19 would be a little bit different, but I'm gonna put the 21 on, see what it looks like. If you can see here, like they used some bushings because this is actually a smaller axle than what goes on here, so they actually have some spacers basically going through to make it work. The 21 will actually just fit straight up without the washers and everything. So that is something I'll put on and see what it does. Wheels look in great shape. The back wheel, probably will change the tire, just to, you know, the white walls also not really my thing. And yeah, that's about it for the front. That looks pretty good. There's a lot of different things here. So this oil filter in the front, you know, they've got lines coming off it. I mean, interesting, not terrible. Probably keep it. Don't like that. We'll get rid of that. It's got this Liberty skull timing cover. Might get rid of that. Actually got the teardrop. That's pretty cool. I'm assuming it's an actual Super E as well. Yes, it is. So that's pretty cool. You know, my other bikes, I've just got the, you know, the Amazon Super E's. So that's pretty good. And you know, so I did, before we go further, so I traded the Softail, my Darla, for this bike. Sentimental as I am, you know, I think it was a good trade. You know, the Softail was sick. It was a Softail Deuce. I mean, twin cam, you know, bigger motor, more reliable bike. But I really didn't. 9 times out of 10, I would take the shovel. This bike, just I was seeing it a lot, kind of in our friend groups and just people around town, and it was actually about 4 hours away from where we live. But it just has so many things that I wanted in a bike or on my other shovel, and they were asking $85 for it. And even with everything I've done to the Softail, I would think, I mean, I would never sell it for money. I would have sold it for something, you know, just like this. But I don't think I'd be able to get, you know, maybe six for it. And I mean, you see a lot of Softail Deuces the way I got mine for about 45. So honestly, I could get another one later if I want another, you know, a bigger, more reliable bike. I mean, that bike is like riding on butter, going 70 on the highway compared to the shovels for sure. But I'd rather cruise 65 on the shovels any day. So yeah, that's why I made the trade. And the guy said if I would drive over there, he would trade straight up. So my buddies met me. I was out of town with family, and we came home, and I had all kinds of issues trying to get the truck and things, but we finally hit the road like 1 o'clock. So got over there after 5, test rode the bike. He test rode mine. Everything was good. Did the paperwork, and you know, after getting something to eat, gas stops, we got home like 12:45 ish. Went to sleep at like after 2. Had to wake up at 5:15 for work. But it was fun. I think it was worth it. You know, big shout out to my buddies Marty and Andrew for coming along and looking over the bike with me. You know, our buddy Andrew, he's the one with all the shovels and the pans, and he's got a lot of experience, so I always like to have him with me. And then Marty's just the muscle. So yeah, that's how we came about this bike. So continuing on, I do like the bars. This is a Biltwell throttle, so that's kind of sick. Don't think that's going anywhere. These are a little chunkaroo. Make it something a little cooler. Again, that's going. Don't like that. It's all kind of loosey-goosey anyway. You know, something chrome. I think if I get rid of as much of the black small things, and again, just maybe the 21 to adjust the stance, a couple other things, yeah, I think we'll be there. So moving on, this paint job is crazy. In all the pictures, it didn't seem like this flake. I don't know if I can get it really well, but yeah, this thing's flaked out. And to be honest, my first thoughts were, I'm repainting this, but then it's kind of immediately growing on me. I'm not even gonna lie. I think once I have the bike the way I want it, I feel like I'm gonna really like this this paint. I don't know. I'm already calling the bike Goldie. Well, we'll see. We'll see if that sticks. Speaking of this this paint, this tank, I've always wanted one of these split tanks. you know, the 81 has got the 5-gallon. So this one I think it's 3.5, but it's just cooler. You know, I mean, I like this one because it's a little smaller, a little sleeker, but you still, you know, you still can carry some fuel. This looks so cool. I've always liked the way these looked. Just really like just retro looking. So I'm really happy about this, the tank as well. I don't know if these do anything. This is probably your oil and neutral. I don't think that lights up. You know, we may mess with that. I mean, there's not even the dial in here, so I don't know. So I keep forgetting to pay attention if the speedo even works. I'll try to remember on the way back, or just look at the video. Yeah, moving down, S&S. I do like that these can be polished up. They're a little not as in good condition as Lucy, but you know, I don't really like the flat matte ones. I like when they're shiny. Chrome is like my favorite on these, on the heads. Definitely not bad. These pipes, man, I wish they weren't black. I feel like if they were chrome, they'd look a lot better. But to be honest, I think the plan is I'd like to do some type of upsweeps as far as the end goal. I think that'd be cool. So then, you know, in the meantime, I mean, obviously we'll keep these until then, but I think if they were chrome, they would look a little bit better, and I'd be a little more comfortable with them. I mean, I don't absolutely hate them, but they could be a little cooler. Ratchet top, another thing I wanted. We still got the cow pie on Lucy, so that's cool. This is interesting. We're looking at that. They've got them on the up down here and up here, so they really kind of like brought the wheel back a little bit, and I think that also gives it that bobber look. I don't know, we'll see if I do something about that. But if you look here, this wheel is already all the way forward, so maybe they did that because they had to. I don't know. This is a hardtail frame. It's another thing I wanted. They said this is the original frame that was hardtailed, so we couldn't. I was trying to find the welds yesterday. I mean, it seemed like they did a pretty good job. You know, this is from the seat. This is from the crossbar, But yeah, so you know, hardtail. Finally got a hardtail. I'm here, folks. Ratchet top, another thing I wanted. Don't really like this too much. Little glitter, kind of matches the paint in a way that it's just glitter. But I have a chrome one. I'm gonna see if I can get that on here. One of those chrome skeleton ribcage ones. But change this. The feel of this is interesting. It feels, I like it. It feels a lot better. It feels like I don't have to kick it as hard as the cow pie, or that could just be a compression thing on the other bike. But I kind of like the feel of this. Definitely better. This oil bag also got, you know, pretty bobbery. The bobber drum. So the wiring looks like they did a pretty good, just simple job. So that's cool. Shouldn't be too hard to get around when changing stuff. But yeah, I definitely want to get a see how it fits, see how we could fit one in there. We may have to cut something, but you know, different oil tank will definitely help. That'll, like, you know, bring it down here, and instead of sticking out, might clean it up a little bit, give it a little window. For sure. Rear wheel. What's really sick about this rear wheel is the brake is on this side. The brake drum, so it's on the left side. That's pretty freaking cool, and definitely keeping that. So that's awesome. It just gives the right side an even cleaner look, which I'm all about. I love that a lot. So definitely keeping that. You know, again, just we'll get rid of the white walls. Pretty cool. Wiring, you know, decent job. They just kind of ran things down here. It's all B-side stuff, so you know, I'm typically, that's how I am. I try to run everything as clean as possible on the A side and not make it look like crap on the B side, but you know, keep things on the left side. So yeah, that's sick. I'm gonna get my buddy Alan to Stoops Sissy Bar Department. This is an old plate. I just threw it on so I can come down the road. but to make a new sissy bar, possibly, I don't know. So this might be like a lowbrow one. It's not horrible. This is actually pretty cool. This works great, but I believe if I'm gonna keep this seat for a little bit, I want to get the pad that goes with it. If you know that I can find one anywhere, I kind of looked. I didn't really look, but it seems like it's always in a pair. But there's the one that it looks just like this, but it's just right here for the pad, which I'll have to change this up. Maybe get the box chopper tail light from Prism or something. But yeah, I want to put that pad here and see how that looks with this seat. It's a comfy seat. I mean, I'm thinking eventually maybe a king and queen, but you know, Darla has a king and queen, so you know, I don't know. I do like that this one kind of hugs the frame. It fits the frame pretty well, and I like that. So you know, it's kind of, I like the other on Darla, or I'm sorry, Lucy. Darla on Lucy, you know, it's pretty thin, so you see all the, you know, it doesn't fit very well. This fits the frame good, so I kind of like that. And I want to see how the pad is with it. I think that'll be pretty cool. That's the plan there. Like I said, I might have to change this. I'll just get the box chopper one, probably with the license plate holder. And I'm assuming they yeah, this is welded on, so this is part of the sissy bar, so I have to cut it off, redo it. Again, I don't know, this, I like a little bit taller bar because I like to carry my things when I go camping and stuff. But I mean, it kind of works with this bike, but also it's black. I just think something metal or chrome, any of the black accents I want to get rid of. I feel like that's going to help pop, and I feel like it's going to help the paint pop a lot too. So it's probably something we'll end up doing. Open primary, I am freaking here. So ratchet top, dry clutch. I mean, this is all the things I'm saying, all the things I wanted to do. So that's pretty cool. It's got the thin belt, which I always was a fan of. I don't know if there's pros and cons to the thicker belt. I 100% would have done this exact same thing, so that's sick. My buddy Andrew said he's got a jockey shift set up, foot clutch, so I might give it a shot. That's something I had wanted to do on the other bike, but I hadn't done it, and I don't know, might do it on this one, see how it goes. I do have to adjust some clutch. It does crawl when I put it in first. If I don't plant myself, the bike does crawl a little bit, so we have to do some clutch adjustment. There's also a lot of play when I push the clutch. Like, I can't keep my foot here and shift just by lifting my toe. I gotta pick my whole foot up, which, I mean, there's other bikes where I've had to do that. Try to see if I can do some adjustments. To be honest, I really like the heel toe of the shifter. That's cool, but if I do foot clutch, then that'll be different. So yeah, we'll see about that. Yeah, everything else here is pretty, nothing else really needs changing on this side. I don't know what kind of ignition, I haven't looked at it yet. Bike started up fairly decently for me leaving the house. Hopefully I don't have any issues leaving here. And that's about it. Yeah, this grip's a little slippy. We need to get some different grips, tighten some stuff up. But yeah, I think just changing up the small things first. You know, this stuff, I might have a couple of these that I can do. Yeah, getting rid of some chrome, I think honestly getting rid of like this and this is gonna make a big difference. You know, I don't really know the order of things, but it's definitely gonna be all the small things first, so that I can keep riding it, making sure the bike's good. May take it to Fandango, maybe, I don't know. I'll probably still take Lucy. I mean, we'll see. We'll see. Actually, my buddy Carlos is out of bike, so he might take one of these. He mentioned it to me, so he may bring this one. I'll ride DC. We'll see how it goes. I think that's about it, you know. So they did some cool stuff, like, I don't know if this is all super custom or what, but like the brake lines are solid going to this side, going to this drum over here, and it, you know, changes here. So you know, again, it's just a lot. There's a lot of so many things on this bike that I've wanted in a bike, so I just feel like I had to shoot my shot. Told the guy, hey, I've got this, I don't know if you're interested, and yeah, it worked out. So you know, I'm pretty happy. So it's a 72, so I believe that's a 74 cubic inch motor, so a little smaller than Lucy. Lucy's the 80. I haven't gone like highway or nothing like that yet. Honestly, I haven't really given it a proper once over yet. I just rode it over here, test rode it yesterday. But probably this weekend, or honestly I think this Friday actually, I think we're gonna stay at an Airbnb somewhere kind of in the hill country, and I may take this, and that'll be kind of a shakedown. See how that goes. This is pretty close, but I think I'll be fine. That's one thing I'm a little nervous about, you know, just when you are on the highway, it expands. This is pretty close. It doesn't exactly seem like a chain a chain's width. That's pretty close. You know, so I don't really know too much of the history. The guy who had it, I feel like he just kind of buys and sells bikes. Maybe he said he's had like 25 shovels and some pans and stuff, and he said he didn't know much about like any engine work and stuff like that, so it seemed like he hasn't had it for long. So I don't really know too much of the history, but I mean, it's a pretty solid bike, you know, for someone who, you know, just likes this style bike. This is, I mean, this is it. This is done. This is complete right here. You know, it's just and again, I don't hate it at all. I mean, it looks pretty freaking good, but you know, I do want to, just my nature, you know, if I get something that someone else has done, I gotta make it my own. And even outside of that, there's just things that I have to get rid of. Yeah, I think that's about it. I'm gonna take a couple of photos with my camera, and still a weekday. I just kind of rode down the road to do this, and I'll take some photos, and then we'll head on back. I'll try to set my camera up on the floor while I kick it. These GoPro batteries suck. They keep dying on me. So I'm gonna wrap up the video. But yeah, I'm back home. That was this bike that we're currently calling Goldie. And yeah, it was pretty good ride. Fun ride. Feels good. Feels a little more torquey. Could be the pipes. I don't know. On the lower gears, it feels like it's got a little bit more oomph than Lucy. But yeah, I'm gonna just kind of do some research, look at a lot of videos and photos, more than I already do, and come up with a plan on what I want to do with this bike and how I want to go about it. So I already kind of know things I want to change, so I'm gonna start with that and keep you guys updated along the way. Alrighty, as always, thanks for watching.